Hi everyone, good day. I am Joy Barcenas and I will present to you Chapter 1 of this subject, Research for Managers, that is Introduction to Research. So for the list of our agendas for the day, we have Introduction to Research, Stages of Academic Research, Classification of Research Reports, Internet-Mediated Research, and how to select a research topic. Research, as defined, is the process of investigation that aims to create knowledge, validate established theories, or solve real world problems in various fields of study. Research comes from Middle French word recherche, meaning to go about seeking. Research in simplest form and simplest term is searching for knowledge and searching for truth. So, research is a result of our inquiries and inquisitiveness to fill knowledge gaps. Research have varying formats based on its goals and approaches. First, we have the fundamental research. Fundamental research is theoretical in nature that aims to broaden one's comprehension of subject matter without immediate practical applications. Meanwhile, applied research concentrates on resolving real world issues or enhancing existing processes and their applications. These two formats complement each other as framework for relevant application and advancements. On to our next topic, we have stages of academic research. Academic research advances through a series of steps, each vital for maintaining the quality and credibility of knowledge or insights. On the slide, we have the 10 steps related to academic research, and let's now go to the first one, which is identifying research problem. Identifying research problem, usually these are the questions that have been raised that will be able to address knowledge gap, explore new phenomena related to the subject, and aims to solve a practical issue. Second, we have reviewing existing literature. This is essential to situate the research in a broader context of existing knowledge. It also helps to identify gaps, contradictions, or underexplored areas that justify the need for new research. Third is formulating hypotheses or objectives. So, hypothesis is related to quantitative studies, are the testable predictions about relationships of the variables. Meanwhile, research objectives is for qualitative studies. Me- um, that is to outline specific goals or outcomes the study aims to achieve. Fourth, we have designing research methodology. This one encompasses overall approach, strategies, and procedures used to collect and analyze data. We could now move to collecting data that involves gathering relevant information or observations to address research objectives. Depending on the research studies, it could be through surveys, interviews, experiments, observations, or archival research. On to the sixth one, we have analyzing data. Um, it could be appropriate statistical or qualitative techniques. When we say quantitative analysis, these are the numerical data to test hypotheses or identify patterns. Meanwhile, qualitative analysis relates to themes, meanings, and interpretations. Moving on to interpreting results, these are synthesizing analyzed data with existing literature to draw conclusions about research findings. So, going about drawing conclusions, this is interpretation, draw conclusions that answer research questions, confirm or refute hypotheses, and summarize key findings. We also have communicating findings by means of manuscripts, reports, presentations that is tailored to academic journals, conferences, or policy briefs that is adhering to disciplinary norms and formatting guidelines. On the last step, we have utilizing research findings. Important findings derived from the conduct of study will be utilized to improve the current situation or solve existing problems. To deep dive into the topic, we have activities and tasks relative to academic research engagement. We have, first on the list, we have peer review and revision. This is critical evaluation by experts in the field. Usually, peer feedback helps validate findings, improve clarity, and ensure methodological rigor. Usually, revised work are based on the constructive criticism received from peer review and revisions. Second is reflecting on ethical consideration. This is to ensure research integrity and fosters trust in research outcomes. Ethical consideration plays significant role in research to ensure studies are conducted ethically. We also have addressing limitations, or the transparent reporting of limitation demonstrates scholarly integrity and helps contextualize findings informing future research efforts to overcome identified constraints. It could be limitations on the sample size, data collection challenges, or methodological limitations. We also have contributing to theory and practice. Translate research findings into actionable insights, guiding policy decisions, informing organizational strategies, or addressing societal challenges. Uh, this is related to validating existing theories, proposing new frameworks, or generating empirical evidences. Revisiting and iterating. Research is iterative, often prompting further inquiries or refinements based on new evidence, emerging trends, or unanswered questions. Revisit, revisit research questions, update literature reviews, or conduct follow up studies to build upon previous topics. Into another set, we have collaborating and networking. Collaborative efforts strengthen research impact and promote interdisciplinary approaches to complex challenges. Usually, this is related to diverse perspectives, expertise, and resources. Integrating technology and innovation. Advancements in technology enable innovative research methodologies of data visualization techniques and collaborative platforms that enhance research efficiency and accessibility. This is our uh, leverage digital tools for data collection, analysis, visualization, and online collaboration, adapting to evolving technological landscapes to streamline research processes and expand research capabilities. Moving on, we also have promoting diversity and inclusion. Researchers strive for equitable representation, respect cultural sensitivities, and promote inclusive research environments that celebrate diverse voices and experiences. If we have diverse perspectives, we enhance cultural relevance and we also mitigate biases. Continuing professional development. Continuous learning cultivates expertise, fosters intellectual curiosity, and sustains research excellence over time. Since learning is a lifelong learning journey that requires development, skill enhancement, and adaptation to disciplinary advancements. As you can see on the slide, we now have the classification of research reports, which we will discuss on the next slides. So for the first classification of research reports, we have technical reports. Technical reports usually provide detailed documentation of experimental procedures, results, and conclusions in technical fields such as engineering, sciences, and applied research. Technical reports usually emphasize clarity, precision, and practical application that is valuable for researchers, engineers, and industry professionals seeking technical formations. Second, we have scientific papers. These are formal publications presenting original research findings, theoretical advancements, or empirical studies in peer-reviewed journals. Usually, it undergo rigorous peer review to ensure methodological rigor, validity of findings, and contribution to existing knowledge. Third, we have theses and dissertations. These are extended research documents submitted as requirements for academic degrees, typically at the master's or doctoral level. It follows specific formatting guidelines and undergo examination by academic committees to assess scholarly competence and research proficiency. We now have policy papers. Policy papers usually bridge the gap between research and practical applications in government, nonprofit, or advocacy organizations. Policy papers usually aims to influence policy decisions, propose actionable solutions, or advocate for policy changes based on empirical evidence, expert analysis, and strategic insight. To continue, we have white papers. White papers aim to educate or influence decision making and position organizations as thought leaders in their respective fields. White papers usually address complex issues. It proposes solutions or present expert opinions on topics of interest to industry professionals, policymaker, or academic audience. Conference papers are short to medium length research presentations delivered at academic conferences, symposiums, or workshops. These highlight preliminary findings, ongoing research, or innovative methodologies within condensed format, typically accompanied by oral presentations or poster sessions. To continue, we have journal articles. These are concise, peer-reviewed publications presenting original research findings, theoretical contributions, or critical reviews within specific academic disciplines. These are rigorously editorial and peer review processes to ensure relevance and disciplinary knowledge. Research monographs are comprehensive, in-depth publications focusing on a specific research topic, theory, or methodology. These books provide extensive coverage of research findings, theoretical frameworks, and scholarly debates with cohesive narrative. We now move on to annual reports. Summary, Annual reports usually summarize organizational achievements, financial performance, and strategic initiatives over a fiscal year, incorporating research based insights, market analysis, or performance metrics. This type of reports are essential for shareholders, stakeholders, or donors to assess organizational sustainability, growth trajectories, and alignment with strategic goals. Another type of report is evaluative reports. This uses research methodologies such as surveys, interviews, or case studies to evaluate goals, objectives, and achievements against predefined criteria. Evaluative reports inform organizational learning, strategic planning, and continuous improvement efforts within governmental agencies, nonprofit organizations, and private enterprises. Case studies are about real world experiences, challenges, or successes within specific contexts, industries, or organizational settings. These usually employ qualitative research methods to analyze complex issues, decision making processes, or implementation strategies, offering insights into best practices, lessons learned, and including managerial implications. Working papers are preliminary research outputs or draft versions of articles, reports, or research findings circulated among researchers, scholars, or policymakers for feedback and collaborations. These represent ongoing research, exploratory studies, or innovative methodologies before formal publications or peer review. We also need to discuss or to relay and to share discussion papers. These are to present critical analysis, theoretical debates, or policy implications related to specific research topics, emerging trends, or societal issues. Usually, discussion papers contribute to academic discourse, policy debates, and public understanding of contemporary issues through rigorous research and informed analysis. Research briefs provide concise summaries of research findings or well, and policy implications or strategic recommendations tailored for policymakers, practitioners, or the general public. Research brief also bridge the gap between academic research and practical applications, promoting informed policy discussions and societal impact. Technical memos communicate the technical information, research updates, or project status reports within organizations, research teams, or project stakeholders. Technical memos usually provide timely updates, research findings, or operational insights to support decision making, collaboration, or project management. For our last set of classification of research reports, we have industry reports, which is used to analyze market trends, competitive landscapes, or sector specific developments based on research findings, data analysis, or expert insights. Industry reports cater to industry professionals, investors, policymakers that are seeking actionable intelligence, strategic recommendations, or market forecasts within specific sectors. Review articles are critically assess existing literature, theoretical frameworks, or empirical studies within specific academic disciplines or interdisciplinary fields. It is used to synthesize research findings, identify trends, and propose theoretical advancements or research agendas based on comprehensive literature reviews. Last one, we have policy briefs. These usually translate research findings, policy recommendation, or strategic insights into concise, accessible formats for policymakers, stakeholders, or advocacy groups. These are facilitated evidence-based policymaking, inform debates, and promote informed decision-making on complex societal challenges or policy issues. On to our next topic, we have internet-mediated research. Internet-mediated research refers to the use of online resources, digital tools, and virtual platforms to conduct various stages of the research process, from literature reviews to data collection and dissemination of findings. Why is internet-mediated research important? So, to give you the relative importance, first we have it provides access to information. Access to digital archives and historical records enhances research continuity, archival studies, and comparative analysis across temporal and geographical context. We also have use of digital tools and technologies. This is used to enhance research efficiency, collaboration, and data management throughout the research lifecycle. Third, we have it conducts or conduct of online surveys and data collection. It is to be able to reach broader audiences, obtain real-time feedback, and analyze large data sets efficiently using automated data collection methods. Fourth, we have conduct of digital humanities and computational research. Digital humanities integrate digital tools and computational methods to analyze data. Last one of the importance is to promote open access and scholarly communication. Open access movement promotes unrestricted access to scholarly literature, research data, and educational research resources online. We also have to note of the other considerations in employing internet mediated research. First on the list, we have ethical consideration. Internet mediated research raises ethical challenges related to data privacy, cybersecurity, digital rights, and informed consent. Ethical frameworks is to ensure participant confidentiality, respect cultural sensitivities, and uphold integrity in digital research methodologies, promoting trust and accountability in research practices. Second, we have digital and information lit- literacy. Digital literacy skills are essential for navigating online resources, evaluating information credibility, and critically analyzing digital content in research context. Third is online communities and crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing enable researchers to recruit participants, conduct experiments, or annotate datasets at scale, fostering interdisciplinary collaborations and public engagement in scientific discovery and knowledge creation. We also have digital ethics and research integrity. Digital ethics encompass principles, guidelines, and ethical standards governing responsible conduct in digital research, data management, and online transactions. Challenges and limitations. Internet mediated research usually faces challenges such as information overload, reliability of online sources, digital divide, disparities in access to technology and information, and cybersecurity threats. Overcoming limitation in digital research requires continuous adaptation to technological advancements, ethical considerations, and interdisciplinary collaboration in research methodologies. On to our sixth one, we have digital preservation and data management. Digital preservation ensures long-term access and usability of research data, scholarly publications, and digital artifacts for future generations. Repositories and preservation supports sustainability in research practices across disciplines and institutional settings. We also have online learning and research collaboration. Online learning fosters lifelong learning, professional development, and global networking opportunities in research and academic communities. Digital transformation in research institutions drives interdisciplinary collaborations, institutional partnerships, and strategic investments in research infrastructure to promote research excellence and societal impact. We also have online peer review and publication, which promotes transparency, collaboration, and scholarly exchange in academic publishing, ensuring rigor, credibility, and ethical standards in research dissemination. 10th is digital health and telemedicine research. Uh, Digital health research integrates multidisciplinary expertise, ethical considerations, and technological innovations to advance healthcare innovation and patient-centered care. 11th, online behavioral research and experimental design is or experimental designs in online research ensure methodological rigor, participant anonymity, and ethical integrity in behavioral science studies. Last one, we have digital humanities and cultural heritage research. Digital humanities research integrates storytelling, visualizations, and interactive exhibits to enhance public engagement and cultural understanding in digital scholarship. So, for our last subtopic for this chapter, we have how to select a research topic. So first, we have to reflect on personal interests and expertise. Choosing a research topic begins with introspection and reflection on personal interests, passions, and areas of expertise. Researchers should explore topics that resonate with their academic background, professional experiences, or intellectual curiosity. Second is to review relevant literature and research. A thorough review of existing literature and research within a chosen field or discipline provides insights into current debates, gaps in knowledge, and emerging trends. Researchers should also analyze seminal works, scholarly articles, theoretical frameworks, and empirical studies to identify unresolved issues, contradictory findings, or underexplored topics that warrant further investigation. Third is to identify research gaps and novelty. Effective topic selection involves identifying gaps, conceptual gaps, or unanswered questions within existing literature and research. Research gaps highlight opportunities for originality, significance, and scholarly impact, guiding researchers towards meaningful contributions to disciplinary knowledge and research practice. Next, we should consider societal relevance and impact. Research topics with societal relevance and potential impact resonate with stakeholders, policymakers, and broader community interests. Topics addressing healthcare disparities, environmental sustainability, technological innovations, or socioeconomic inequalities prioritize societal impact, fostering interdisciplinary collaborations and stakeholder engagement in research initiatives. We also need to evaluate feasibility and resources. Assessing the feasibility of research topics involves considering available resources, research methodologies, and logical constraints essential for conducting research. Feasibility analysis ensures realistic timelines, budgetary considerations, ethical considerations in research design, promoting methodological rigor and successful research outcomes. We also need to consult with advisors and peers. Seeking guidance and feedback from academic advisors, mentors, or peers enhances topic selection by soliciting diverse perspectives, disciplinary expertise, and methodological insights. Down to last two on how to select a research topic, we have to brainstorm research questions and objectives. Brainstorming research questions and objectives refines topic selection by articulating clear, focused inquiries that guide research design, data collection, and analysis. So, researchers usually formulate the research objectives aligned with theoretical frameworks, empirical investigations, or practical applications. To help us with these type of research objectives, we have this acronym SMART. It has to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Last is to explore interdisciplinary perspectives. Interdisciplinary research topics integrate multiple perspectives, methodologies, or theoretical frameworks from diverse disciplines to address complex problems. So, to finish my presentation, we have here practical tips in choosing a research topic. So, I have here listed seven. Let me enumerate them. First is to employ broad to specific discipline technique. Second is to choose the research variables. Third is to identify the subject of inquiry. Fourth, pinpoint the research locale. Fifth is to check on the available data and information. Six is to review related studies. Seven, we need to draft, modify, and revise the working title. And that is all for the chapter one of Research for Managers, that is Introduction to Research. Thank you.